Hi everybody, it's Chris Viberg, the director of the National House of Prayer, coming to you today from Ottawa. Well, things are moving so fast and things are at such a fast pace, and if you're following things in the media, it's like we're getting punched every day. Certain things that are happening, whether it's Trump, whether it's tariffs, whether it's annexation, whether it's Ukraine or Israel or all kinds of things, liberal leadership, all these things are happening at once. Like even in the course of the day, I will post things shoot a video, for example, like today's Tuesday. And by the time this rolls out on Saturday, 10 other things might have already happened even when I've done this. So we're in such a tumultuous time. And I really feel like Canada's coming into a place where it's time for us to turn the page. And it's time for us to turn the page on a whole bunch of things. And one of the things I really want to talk to you about is turning the page on death culture in our society. We have this medical assistance in dying where we've seen over 40,000 people opt for this. Canada's essentially the same size as the state of California and has the same, not population-wise, has the same population, yet California has had only 10% of what Canada, less than 10% of what Canada has done for people opting for medical assistance in dying. It is like we have a death culture. We see this in the areas of abortion, where Canada doesn't even have an abortion law, where most progressive European nations even have that. And I'm not saying that I'm for any of that. I'm not for any of that stuff. But Canada, like North Korea and China, has no abortion law. So this is part of our death culture. Then there's also this other thing that is emerging that we're starting to see in a great way is the fentanyl crisis. I know that Carney said it's just a challenge. It's not a crisis. But let me read to you some of the statistics on this. They didn't keep statistics up until 2016. They started taking statistics in 2016 on opioid deaths. And there we started to see in 2016, we had 2,832 in Canada on opioid deaths. Then all of a sudden we see when there's a change in our legislation around 2020 where it made it legal for you to be able to have these potent and dangerous, what used to be illicit drugs, and now they were no longer criminalized. And then all of a sudden we saw those numbers jump to almost 8,000. And that is a part of what looks like a death culture here. And so I want to encourage you that it is time for us to be praying. Be in prayer. There's a lot of changes happening right now. We could be in an election as early as March the 10th. That's what some of my friends on Parliament Hill have been telling me, that they're ready to go in an election. And I really think we need to be calling out to God for a change of page. Change the page, change the plan, change. We've had 10 years of some really rough things, and we need to have righteousness. We need to have a government that loves life. We need to have leaders that love life. We need to have leaders that love Israel. We need to have leaders that love Canadians more than their policies. So I want to encourage you to be in prayer. To be in prayer this season. We are ramping up our election strategy. So that'll be rolling out in the next little while because we want to be ready. We want to be ready for when the writ drops, and we are going to be sending a video a day on prayer points and how we're going to be strategic about this, because it's important that Canada reaches her destiny and that Canada is a place that righteousness, Scripture tells us that righteousness exalts a nation, and we want to be a righteous people. So anyway, I was going to say this. I know you're expecting to say this. I'm Chris Viberg, the director of the National House of Prayer, and every day is the National Day of Prayer. But I just want to give you a little commercial. Coming this July the 12th will be a National Day of Prayer in Canada. Watch for the details. Anyway, I'm Chris Viberg, the director of the National House of Prayer, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.